11 principles to get in motion and keep your momentum. Written and read by your author, Lana C. Brooks. Produced, directed, and engineered by Chris Coleman of Myriad Gains. This is dedicated to you.
Disclaimer. No part of this book may be reproduced or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic or mechanical, including photocopying, recording, or by any information storage and retrieval system without written permission from the author. The information provided within this book is for general informational purposes, and the methods described are the author's personal thoughts. There are no representations or warranties expressed or implied about the completeness, accuracy, reliability, suitability, or availability with respect to the information, products, or services contained in this book for any purpose. This information is not intended to be a definitive set of instructions for you. You may discover there are other methods and materials to accomplish the same end result.
Acknowledgements. My daughter Damari, who told me to keep pushing and don't give up. You are God's creation in motion. My firstborn. For nothing comes before first, everything must follow. You've made me a better person. My son Kevin Jr., KK, my quiet storm. Mom, I never worry about you. You're strong. You're going to make it. Thank you for always having the perfect words in the midst of my hardest times. My son, Marcus Destin Allen, my miracle. You inspire me to be brave and keep my head up. You are a miracle that's forever changing my life. You are destined for greatness. Big Brother Lance, thank you for your service. You are the best, and I love you with all my heart. Angela Green Anderson. My heart, my sister, my T. Angie. You told me to be indispensable. I would fight a war for you and win. My best friend Shalonda, who understands and knows me best and never lets me give up, no matter what. You are the best. Shalelle Clements. Through the storm and the rain, He'll give you strength. You've made me face myself. Thank you. Our journey and destiny awaits us. Cheryl Robert, you've made sure I was and am correct. I love you, hon. Chandrea P. Williams, what would my life be without you? Thank you for keeping me in line. You are a motivating factor. We're ever evolving. Craig M. Stewart, you are forever in my heart. You always find the right words to say. Thank you. The Bilbos, thank you for your godly guidance. My belated mother and father, Eddie M. Green and Clarence Brooks. Without your connection, there would be no me. You never stopped believing in me, and I am so grateful I had you as parents, even for such a short time. My long list of clientele and counterparts that inspired, taught, and encouraged me to be in motion. I am so happy I had the opportunity to touch the lives of you all. I will never be the same. Preface. Getting in motion and keeping your momentum is the epitome of creative action. The concept, which was derived from a dream, is taking every creative idea and putting it into motion. Because time and change affects everything that God has created, it's inevitable that we'll be touched by everlasting life. We are all God's creation, and everything that's created must submit to the destiny that's placed inside each of us. We must always walk confidently, knowing we have purpose. Creation that surrounds us will bow to our purpose because it's under the authority of the Creator. There's nothing we can't do. If something's for us, it's for us. We are all created with the potential to do the things that's purpose for us. However, potential is the road that leads to success and greatness, but potential doesn't get you there, it only lets you know you can. We must not allow fear of change to stagnate us. It's time to get in motion. Chapter 1. The way it's supposed to be. If you wish to live another life, you'll miss the life you've been given to live. Stop, embrace, look, then live. The way it's supposed to be. Have you ever waited for someone to follow through with something and they were delayed in their actions? And the delay in their actions resulted in a bad experience? Only later, you realize that delay worked in your favor. That's always the case when you're dealing with the way it's supposed to be. We sometimes allow ourselves to become upset over circumstances which turn out to be blessings. It may even be something that saved our life or the life of another. In any event, it works out, and there is a lesson to be learned. In life, we will experience some things that won't seem so favorable. However, that is the time to pause and evaluate or consider what lessons may have been missed in the midst of that event. Whether good or bad, we tend to overlook the things that prevent us from moving forward. Some people waste too much time worrying about things they can't do, things they don't have, and how much further along they feel they should be in life. Regardless of those things that may or may not make a difference, that's the way it's supposed to be. We can miss the significance of who we are when we don't see we are right where we need to be. So, if you're not where you think you should be, and if you don't have the things you think you should have, you really need to ask yourself, what am I missing? What have I missed? God's timing is perfect. His plans for our life is perfect. If you remember this, you will never miss anything. It's impossible to miss. When you embrace the places you'll find yourself in your life, things will not always be the way you think they should be, but they will be the way it's supposed to be. Don't miss the lessons that need to be learned. Missing the lessons will prevent you from realizing you are where you need to be. You are where you are so that you can learn in order to grow, in order to move. If you don't embrace where you are, you will waste time and you will find yourself complaining instead of obtaining the promises of God. Chapter 1. The way it's supposed to be. Here are some questions you need to ask yourself. 1. What am I waiting for? 2. What am I not embracing now? 3. What have I been complaining about? Chapter 2. The Order. Rules. We all need them. A life without rules is like a house without doors. Anything can come and anything goes. If anything is coming and going, ask yourself, what really stays? The order. Rules. We all need them. A life without rules is like a house without doors. Anything can come in and anything goes. If anything is coming and going, ask yourself, what really stays? In order to maintain stability, you must understand the order. You will always be faced with setting limitations and staying within them. Most times we don't even think about setting standards or setting limitations for ourselves. We just start moving. We may try something new and later learn we missed some details. Details are usually the instructions for the function of most things. When you follow instructions, you're less likely to have to start something over again. The right directions give you the necessary information to accomplish goals. When you follow directions, you can get things done, no matter what it is you're trying to do. No matter who you are or where you are, the order will apply to you. Those are the rules. There are different orders. There are orders that are given to be followed, orders that are taken to be executed, and then there are orders for the way things are supposed to be. Throughout life, you will have an opportunity to experience all of them. The different roles you will assume in this life will dictate that. If you don't follow the order, anything can happen, and it won't be anything good. You see, you can't be a wife to your kids. That will be out of order. You can't be a mother to your husband, or at least you're not supposed to. That's out of order. You must first obtain and then maintain order when necessary. There will not always be a definite order. Instructions won't always be on everything. However, there are always examples to follow. In life, you'll see the success and failures of others, so take notes. You will need them to make the right decisions in the order that can be essential to your destiny. Chapter 2. The Order. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. 1. Have I established order in my life? 2. Can I start to improve the order in my life? 3. Am I maintaining order in my life? Chapter 3. The Process. In life, some things may cost more than you're willing to pay, so pay attention to what surrounds you because it could cost you everything. The process. In life, some things will cost more than you're willing to pay, so pay attention to what surrounds you because it could cost you everything. We all have to go through some things to get to our destiny, and that's where the process begins. Oftentimes, we hate that in-between time. At times, we think it's a waste of time. We must understand it is what it is, a process. We should take the time to process whatever is needed to make the right decisions. So often, we want to skip going through in order to get to quickly. We need to go through the process in order to maintain success in life. Anyone can start a process, but how many really sustain or even reach their goals? When a process begins, change takes place, and we all know that some changes are more difficult than others. Whatever you do, don't stop. If the process is interrupted, it can be detrimental to your success and the success of your surroundings. The moment you understand that you are the connection to the success and failure that surrounds you, is the moment you should understand why you're going through the process is so important. Your success is determined by what you processed in the process. No process, no success. When you succeed in any area of your life, it becomes a breeding ground for success. In later chapters, I talk about change and how you should embrace it. I also talk about the connections that are important in reaching your destiny and the distractions that will come. I want you to be encouraged and know that if you can imagine it, you can accomplish it. There's nothing that can stop you. No thing and no one have the mind you've been given. The talents and gifts you have are to be shared with the world. You've been given to give to others. You must learn. You must give to have. You must strive to have the ability to protect what surrounds you. Why? Because what surrounds you becomes you, at least a part of you. Chapter 3, The Process. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. 1. How am I stopping my process? 2. How can I embrace my process? 3. How can I improve the outcome of my process? Chapter 4, The Distraction. Distractions. They come to get you off track of what's important. You must stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. Bring your distractions along with you. And when the load gets heavy, and it will, let go. It's best to have strength for your journey than to be left standing in the desert. The distraction. Distractions come to get you off track of what's important. You must stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. Bring your distractions along with you. And when the load gets heavy, and it will, let go. It's best to have strength for your journey than to be left standing in the desert. In life, distractions will come. However, when they do, be aware of their destructive intent. When your focus is kept on where you're going, what you're doing, and what you must achieve, it makes the distractions less destructive and virtually invisible. When you focus on your purpose and understand who you are, the distractions that will come won't be stumbling blocks, but stepping stones. Remember, it's all in the focus. Some distractions are good, giving us the opportunity to pause. You must understand what's important. Stay focused on what you are to achieve and keep moving toward it. I always say, it's okay to pause, just don't stop. Keep moving. Don't let your distractions stop you. Distractions can blindside you, and when you can't see them, it becomes difficult to move. Your focus will determine which distractions are good and which are bad. When you pause, it's your time to evaluate those distractions that may be weighing you down. You must then decide on what you must let go of. Knowing what to let go of and when to let go of it makes the progression of anything easier. The hardest lesson I had to learn was letting go. I felt that if I let go, I would miss out on something. Crazy. I couldn't see that I wasn't moving because I was holding on to something that was too heavy for me to move. Set your distractions free. Regain your focus so you can see your vision and have the strength to accomplish it. Distractions can delay connections or even destroy them. It's important to have the right connections at the right time. Distractions can cause you not to see connections that can catapult you to the next level. You can't forget the greatness that's inside of you. You can't allow distractions to distort your purpose. I say, let it go. Chapter 4, The Distraction. Here are some questions you need to ask yourself. 1. What distractions have I allowed to distract me? 2. Can I remain focused when I become distracted? 3. What do I need to let go of? Chapter 5, The Connection. The connection. It's hard to make connections for some of us. However, when the connection is made, everything is illuminated. It's like sticking a plug in a socket. And when the power comes on, it's on. The connection. It's hard to make connections for some of us. However, when the connection is made, everything is illuminated. It's like sticking a plug in a socket, and when the power comes on, it's on. There may be something new you decide to try. What influenced you? Whether that influence is good or bad, it gets you moving. Why? Because you make the connections to whatever inspired you to try something new. You are now equipped to inspire others because of this connection. When you make the right connections in life, you can begin to charge up everything and everyone around you. Your connections is energizing to your surroundings. It's important that you understand connections because just like there are positive connections, there are negative ones. Whatever you connect to becomes a part of you. It's in your best interest to get an understanding of what surrounds you. You must first know who you are in order to connect with why you are where you are. Did you get it? You must first know who you are, then why, and where. When getting directions from one place to another, the first question that's asked is, where are you? The next question is, where are you going? You have to know your location in order to reach a destination. So you have to know the importance of who you are to make the connection. You are perfectly designed for the purpose God has placed in you. If you don't believe it, that's right, you miss the connection. You have to believe in yourself for others to have something to connect to. We're connected to one another, which keeps us in motion. When you make the connections with who you are, you'll see why you are where you are. Why are you so important? You are the connection. You may fail to see the importance of this because of distractions in your life and for fear of facing the facts. You may not want to go through the process because it requires change. But let me tell you, that's just the way it is. Chapter 5, The Connection. Here are some questions you need to ask yourself. 1. How can I make better connections? 2. Where have I rejected connections? 3. Who am I? Chapter 6, The Fight. What surrounds you will control you until you know who you are and why you are where you are. The fight. What surrounds you will control you until you know who you are, why you are, where you are. You are worthy of winning. You must believe that you have been given everything you need to accomplish everything God has purposed for you. So often, unknowingly, we lose ourselves and we don't see our self-worth. We don't take the time out that we need to regain who we are. Our surroundings begin to dictate to us what to buy, what to wear, where to go, and so on. Your surroundings will control you until you believe God's purpose for your life. They're yours, so fight for them. It's amazing how we fight for or against ourselves on things we desire to do, to have, or to become. We think that, if only I had this, if only I had that, what if I could, what if I had, what if they, what if you believe you are right where you are supposed to be, and you begin to fight for what's yours. If you don't know what your purpose is, you need to pause. Maybe distractions have you heavy and you need to let go of some things. Take a look around. Is change around you, but yet you're still the same? Maybe you haven't faced whatever it is you need to face to move closer to your destiny. Most of our struggles are within. We tend to suppress the real issues that keep us from moving forward. Our focus should be on what we need to be an influence upon. It's important that you remember who you are right now, not what you will become. Don't misunderstand me. It's important to have desires, goals, and dreams. What I want you to realize is why you are where you are so you can see who you are. This can't be missed because if it is, you will spend more time fighting your surroundings instead of influencing them. You are God's creation. You are created to move, even with those deficiencies you believe hinder you. Hindrances become hurdles you cross only when you believe you can do what you were designed to do. You'll always have to fight when you refuse to change some things, face some things, or let distractions stop you. Never stop making the connection that keeps you moving. The connection is our protection from anything and every fight you'll ever face. Chapter 6. The Fight. Here are some questions you need to ask yourself. 1. What am I fighting for? 2. Why and who am I fighting? 3. What do I focus on the most? Chapter 7. The Face-Off. You can't fight what you can't face. The face-off. You can't fight what you can't face. Let's face the facts. If you never admit to it, you can't come out of it. You must take a look at whatever that thing is that causes you to be at a standstill or keep you from progressing. Analyze what that it is. In most cases, we hate to admit that the majority of our mishaps are simply the result of us not facing what it is. It may be changes we need to make, people we may need to let go of. Whatever it is, we need to face it to regain control of those things that hinder us from moving forward. Usually, we blame others for the things that go wrong in our lives, and in some cases, that may seem appropriate. However, the most important thing one must remember is that it's your life. Some people tend to forget that or choose to relinquish their lives to others. Other than the Creator, there's no one who is more in control of where you're going than you. Keep in mind, this is your life, your purpose, your destiny. Say it. It's my life, my purpose, my destiny. Now that you understand that your life is yours, you can start to move again. You can start by turning your back on what was, face what is, and look forward to what will be. The process is easy when you believe it. Unfortunately, some of us get stuck in what was, making it hard to see what is, and totally missing now. I have a little saying that pulls me from what was. The saying is, now is where I am. Now is what I will enjoy. I will not toy with my past or let my past destroy me. I will set my past free. Let my past just pass on by and begin to say hi to my future. Now will always be. You are always in the now. Don't give power to what was. It's a waste of time and energy. Time that can be used to create new things and the energy to do those things. Now is awaiting your presence. Embrace where you are, despite what your situation may be. What you don't have right now, you may not need now. Take a look at what you have, even those things that may disappoint you. It's your life. You must face it. The world awaits the greatness that's placed inside you. It awaits the purpose you were designed for and destined to obtain. You are wonderfully made. You are right where you are supposed to be. Pause. Look around. It's the process that strengthens you. What will be, will be. We must be mindful of the one that created all things. We can't fail. Chapter 7. The Face-Off. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. 1. What am I most afraid of? 2. What do I need to face in order to move forward? 3. How can I start to face my fear? Chapter 8. The lesson. Lessons come in our lives to teach us and to move us. But when a lesson is not learned, it must be repeated. When we learn from those lessons, we grow. And when we grow, we can move. The lesson. Lessons come in our lives to teach us and to move us. But when a lesson is not learned, it must be repeated. When we learn from those lessons, we grow. And when we grow, we can move. In life, there will be many opportunities for growth, even when the situation doesn't seem favorable. You must take those opportunities, appreciate them, and learn the lessons associated with those opportunities so you can move forward. If not, the lesson must be repeated. Try not to waste time repeating lessons. Don't ignore those obvious behaviors that are being repeated. You must learn quickly and move wisely. I'm sure there's been a time when you've said to yourself, why do I keep going through this? Or why does this keep happening to me? You may even know someone that has said this. Well, let me tell you, when your growth in an area depends on a lesson to be learned, that's just the way it's going to be. The lesson is essential to your purpose. It becomes more obvious to you and to others when it's repetitive. You identifying with your purpose is important, which I talk about in later chapters. You must face the facts that you must change some things in your life in order for you not to have to repeat some lessons. If you're not careful, you can miss these timely connections that are intended to move you closer to your destiny. Try not to miss the connection, or you'll be faced with the inevitable, repeating a cycle, repeating a lesson. Whenever you are forced to repeat a lesson, you waste your time and the time of others who are connected to your purpose. Today, decide to be accountable for the things God has assigned to you. Whether you know it or not, you are responsible for the things that He's placed in your world for your purpose. Learn to respect your purpose and the purpose of others and keep the momentum. Get it together. You will go through some things. Learn the lessons and gain the insight for your destiny. You may have to repeat some lessons, and it won't always be easy. You will have to fight against distractions. Don't ever give up. In life, some things will be, but that's just the way it's supposed to be. Chapter 8, The Lesson. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. 1. What are my goals for moving forward? 2. How are repeating lessons affecting my process? 3. What lessons am I repeating? Chapter 9, The Purpose. Get fit to move. The purpose. Get fit to move. You've had that perfect outfit, which went with those perfect shoes, and you had to wear it on that perfect day. Well, this is how it feels when you understand why you were created, what your purpose is, and why you make a difference. You are designed with priceless characteristics. You are the only perfect fit for the purpose that God has created for this world. And today is that perfect day for you. Today is the day you are to be confident in who you are, knowing there's no one anywhere that's like you. You are an original. You were designed to be admired, to be loved, to be used for the purpose God created you for. Dr. Gary V. Whitstone says in his book, It Only Takes One, until purpose is known, only abuse will result. You must understand the importance of why you were created and the purpose you are created for. You see, purpose that is misused may not ever be used for the purpose in which it was created. You must get this. This is important because in life, we make mistakes, and these mistakes lead us in directions that cause us to have regret and shame. Sometimes by the time you understand who you are, why you were created, and what your purpose is, it's a little too late. When this happens, you are insufficient, and when you're insufficient, you're not effective. I'll use a toothbrush, for example. The moment you use that toothbrush for something other than brushing your teeth is the moment it can no longer be used for the reason it was made. You must acknowledge the Creator of all things. He has given you your purpose. It's up to you to ask what you are to do with it. There's nothing like misusing something and then learning that it was meant to be used for something other than what you used it for. It happens either by accident or by ignorance. Either way, it was still misused. The only way these truths become reality to you is if you get fit to move for the purpose for which you were created. Chapter 9, The Purpose. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. 1. How can I improve myself? 2. Who have I given control to? 3. What is my purpose? Chapter 10, The Change. Change isn't always easy. Sometimes it's difficult. Change at some point in time is necessary, and if not embraced can mean stagnation. Change is good, change is progress, and believe it or not, it's inevitable. So change before change changes you. The change. Change isn't always easy, sometimes it's difficult. Change at some point in time is necessary, and if not embraced can mean stagnation. Change is good, change is progress, and believe it or not, it's inevitable. So change before it changes you. Anytime change takes place, a process begins. Oftentimes we look at change as a challenge and we don't always adapt quickly to the process, making the transition harder. Whether we like it or not, change will take place, and the faster you adapt to it, the faster you realize that change comes to move you closer to your destiny. In order to progress, you must learn to embrace the changes that will come, regardless of when they come. Change causes change. Change won't be ignored. When change comes, it sets the atmosphere for other changes to take place. When you change, what surrounds you will either be conducive to your change or it will be removed. That's right, resulting in additional changes. I always say, respect your surroundings because your surroundings are a part of you. If you're not pleased with what is surrounding you, you know what time it is? Change time. And it starts now. When was the last time you experienced change around you? Maybe you're experiencing it now. Let's take becoming healthier, for example. It may require losing weight, making better food choices, or exercising. Whatever it is, you have to change some things, and when those changes are made, you will experience both acceptance and rejection. These particular changes are most difficult for those who are around you who aren't quite ready, either for them or for you. The individuals who are ready will adapt quickly. They may want to participate. Those who aren't ready for change may tell you you're just fine the way you are and that you don't need to change yourself. Those who are not ready for change may begin to feel uncomfortable because change has pierced the atmosphere, making the climate that surrounds them uncomfortable. They begin to feel the need for change, but still, they are not ready for it. Your change will set your immediate atmosphere. It changes the climate from what was to what is, and what is. Change has taken place. And anyone who steps in the circumference of that change, who's not ready, will be distressed. They will see a challenge instead of an opportunity for change. Your new desire for self-acceptance and improvement will change some things around you. However, don't fight it. You've accepted the change to become better by making different choices, so keep taking the necessary actions to make the difference. Chapter 10, The Change. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. 1. In what area in my life can I make immediate changes? 2. What are my plans for these changes? 3. How will these changes improve my life? Chapter 11, The Creator. Love is the epitome and undying stability that sustains everything that exists. We only persist when we acknowledge love, for there's nothing greater that has the power to do what love does. We can't hide from it, nor can we run from it. It's inevitable that we'll be touched by it. Love is in control of all things and has created all things. Without it, we wouldn't even exist. The Creator. Love is the epitome and undying stability that sustains everything that exists. We only persist when we acknowledge love, for there's nothing greater that has the power to do what love does. We can't hide from it, nor can we run from it. It's inevitable that we'll be touched by it. Love is in control of all things and has created all things. Without it, we wouldn't even exist. Our Creator loves us so much that He created us in His likeness. How can we not know the greatness that dwells within us? From the beginning, His finish of all things was established. You may be asking, so what does this mean? It means everything that's been created and exists has its purpose and was given its purpose before it even existed. By being the creation of what God saw fit for this world, your purpose was established before you were born. Whatever your purpose is, you have all that you could ever need to achieve your desires. Everything that's been created that exists will assist you in accomplishing what you were created for. The only thing you need to do is move. Start taking steps toward the things that you have great interest in, no matter what people may think. Usually others try to impose their fears upon you. However, when you begin to move, they are then released from fears that may cause them to become stagnant. But until you move, everything is at a standstill. In other words, everything that surrounds you that is meant to assist you in moving towards your destiny will be at attention, waiting on you. Whitstone says, creation must bow to fulfill your divine purpose. Everything that's been created must submit to the destiny that's placed inside of you. You must always walk confidently, knowing you have purpose. Creation that surrounds you will bow to your purpose because it's under the authority of the Creator. You are created with the potential to do the things that the Creator has purposed for you. But let me tell you, Although potential is the road that leads to success and greatness, potential doesn't get you there. It only lets you know you can. That being said, you can say with confidence, creation will bow to me for me to reach my destiny. Chapter 11, The Creator. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. 1. Why do I exist? 2. Why am I powerful? 3. What is my definition of love? Momentum builders. Thoughts evolve into words. Words evolve into experiences. Change your world by changing what you think and say. Affirm yourself daily. Say, I can and I will get in motion. Affirmations. You can say this to yourself. Power is within me. I am powerful. I have the power to create anything. I have perfect connections at the perfect time.
About the author, Lana, at a young age, wanted to be an entrepreneur. Born into a family of entrepreneurs, singers, and creative writers, it was inevitable that she would succeed in some type of business. Lana overcame obstacles such as illiteracy and obesity by keeping her mind fixed on the achievements and not the hurdles she'd faced along the way. After over 30 years working in New Orleans and the surrounding metropolitan areas in the beauty industry, Lana decided to go on to become a massage therapist. She created her own technique and modality known as the Omnisage. Lana wears many hats, but the one she loves the most is Mama. She has 3 children, 1 girl and 2 boys, and is Mimi to 3 beautiful grandchildren. She continues to use her gifts to pour into the lives of the legacy that shall live on for years to come. Having many years of successes, Lana is now deciding to share her story and encouragement through live poetry and written words to motivate those to get in motion and keep the momentum just as she has. Lana has used writing over the years as a way to release her innermost feelings onto paper. She's even presented many pieces in front of crowds of people, sharing her gifts with local artists, allowing her inspirational glow to pour into the lives of others. Lana has and continues to achieve her life goal to inspire you.
For bookings, call or write Lana C. Brooks, 972-757-7344. Email address is lana@creationsinmotion.com. That's Lana at creationsinmotion.com. Or creationsinmotion@gmail.com. That's creationsinmotion@gmail.com. Follow on Facebook, Lana Brooks. Follow on Instagram Creations in Motion. That's CreationsNMotion. YouTube, Miss in Motion. You are powerful. You are powerful.